Okay, and we're live. We are live. What's going on, guys? Hopefully, you're all doing well. Keeping well in this crazy time that we live in. Man's out here getting striked by donking, as are a lot of people right now. But yeah, man. Hopefully, you guys are well. Just a quick one, really. Probably be on for about an hour, something like that. Nothing too crazy. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully, we don't get any technical problems tonight. But yeah, man, I'll wait for a few people to jump in and we'll talk some boxing. Okay, cool. Cool. I think that's everything sorted. But yeah, hopefully you guys are well. Yeah, everything's done. That's good. Just sort this tab in the background. Yeah, big up to JB Low. Yeah, man. A few people got copyright strikes for post-fight videos. So Mark Unrivaled did, I did, Sakib did as well. A few guys got some copyright strikes. So yeah, man. I mean, it's crazy, really. Absolutely crazy. But yeah, I know it's crazy, man. But what can you do? What can you do? It's Don King. We shouldn't really be surprised. Shouldn't really be surprised. Adam Scott, big up to Adam. He says evening Delbis lockdown has been the worst. Yeah, man. It's been crap. It's been crap. I've still been trying to see my friends as much as possible. You know, keeping sociable and whatnot. That's the main thing right now for me. It's just having a good time with my friends, my loved ones, etc. And that kind of keeps you sane. That's all you really need in life. Just spend time around those who you love and care for. That's really what life's all about, as far as I'm concerned. And that's the best way to go about it. Yeah, man. I know how you feel, bruv. I know how you feel, man. I put you. By the way, Mark, I put your channel on my community, my second channel, on my community tab. I'm good, Nick, bro. I'm good. Yeah, man. Was that your How many? Have you had any past copyright strikes that would have made it worse? Because that makes no sense to me. So mine was basically a warning where the video got taken down, and that was basically it. Don't do it again, kind of thing. Everything else remained the same. So got no idea. Got no idea at all why yours is more severe. Makes no sense. Yeah. Like along with Tim Witherspoon, Mike Tyson. Yeah, man. I'm among esteemed company right there. Yeah, January is always the worst month, bro. They say January is the most depressing month of the year, allegedly. You know, due to it being after Christmas, middle of winter, and whatnot. But yeah, it's been crap. It's been crap. Yes, big up to apology. Big up to apology. I do plan on doing a like a channel shout out video sooner rather than later, and I'll make sure to say your second channel as well when I get around to it. But yeah, that's coming in the next, hopefully in the next few days, time permitting. But yeah, big up to Mark, man. Big up to Mark. Big up to apology as always, man. Nice of you to drop by, bro. Nice of you to drop by. But yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. At least I know not to do it again with Don King shows. Good thing is though, Don King never fucking puts on shows, so idiot, man. Fucking wanker. By the way, if I cut out, it's because my PC's frozen. It done that yesterday when I tried to stream. So beware. Oh my god. StreamYard is so fucking choppy. Do I sound okay, by the way, or am I lagging? Because this is so fucking choppy on my end. So fucking choppy. Christ. Kind of watching the United game as well while I'm doing this. 6-0 up against Southampton. what's not to like, man? I know they went down to 10 men in like fucking in the third minute, but still, it's nice to see 6 goals at Old Trafford. Now we got a penalty as well. We got a penalty now. There we go. Big up to Junior, man. Thank you very much. Early start tomorrow, just dropping a like. Big up to Junior. Thanks for the support every single time, bro. Yeah, me too. I've got a relatively early start. And the next, at some point rather soon, it's going to get mad fucking hectic for me because I plan on moving place. I want a change of scenery. I want to go somewhere where it's a smaller population kind of thing, a smaller vibe, a smaller environment. I might have to pay a bit more, but I kind of want to get away from like the hustle and bustle. I just hate people, mate, honestly. So yeah, the next couple of months, well, at some point soon, it's going to get hectic for me for a few weeks. So when that comes, I'll let you guys know. The regular uploads might not be as well. The uploads might not be as frequent. Basically, that's good, man. That's good. That's good. That's the main thing. Exactly, Triple J. When that guy passes, listen, I'm not a petty man, but I'm not going to be shedding any tears. Put it that way. Put it that way. No, just a town, Adam. I'm trying to go somewhere more country-esque, more rural, I guess. And I'll get less for my money, but I'm renting anyway at the minute, so I don't really need to be tied down anywhere, kind of thing. So yeah, I just fancy somewhere a bit different, bro. Really, especially after all of this debacle with what's been going on in the past 12 months or so. It just goes to show how untrustworthy your average person is, and I just don't want to spend time around these people. To be honest, I've got my close friends, my close associates, my family, my close family, and that's all I need really. You know, I get more conversation out of you guys more so than just the regular Joe I bump into. Do you know what I mean? It's people these days, man, have got no, I don't know, I don't know what it is. No sense of community whatsoever, man. Nothing like that at all. Yeah, bro, it's crazy. Exactly, bro. I hate people too. I'm starting a people who hate people party. Gonna be hard to get the party together. Exactly, bro. Yeah, apology, mate. Apology. If I ever come into money at some point, I said it on the last stream, but I would get out of this country and go somewhere else. To be honest with you, mate. But me coming into money anytime soon is it's rather unlikely. So yeah, that's a pipe fucking dream. That's a pipe dream. But who knows? You know, shit can change. Your luck can turn around. You can stumble upon something. Life is funny like that. And yeah, who knows, man? Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Don't blame me, Mark, bro. I don't blame you, Mark. I'm imagining Ireland's the same as the UK. Similar problems over there. I've got a few places in mind I'd like to go. Another thing I'd like to do as well is just travel for an extended period of time, like a 6 month period where I'm not doing anything other than traveling, seeing new places, experiencing new things and whatnot. I could theoretically do that right now, but I don't know. I'd have to quit my job for a bit, obviously, and forego some savings, and it's not really worth it right now. To be honest, it's not worth it. Ireland's worse. Mm, yeah, I can't. Well, it must be bad then. Southampton have got another red card, by the way, and we've got a penalty. That's hilarious. Yeah, 70 million people just going to get more expensive, harder to get higher, yeah, get jobs, higher rent, etc. Yeah, this country is going to be crazy right now, man. And I think, Adam, the thing I would recommend is try and diversify your income. Don't just rely on your main paycheck. Look at alternative ways of earning money online. There's some simple things anybody can do, like you can test websites, for example. I think it's called usertesting.com. I did that when I was at college years ago, and like you don't get paid much, but it's some chump change in your pocket, extra bit of money. There are numerous ways we can earn money online. We got to source them out really. And I think we all need to do research on that and try and come up with ways to diversify our income. You know, little bits add up. If you have a few different ways of diversifying that income, it all adds up on top of your main paycheck. And that's very important right now, in my opinion. It's very important. Yeah, I'll be interested to hear that. Apology. I'll be interested to hear that how it's going down in Ireland. Okay, stage 5 nationwide sounds yeah, it's crazy. I'm dying for a fucking haircut as well. AZ, I was looking for Valentine's present. Sorry, I was looking for Valentine's present ideas that I fancy. So I went on GQ, and a number of gifts was a prostate massager. Very funny. Fucking hell. Jesus. Stavern should have diversified his income. If he would not have been taking a beating for Don King just to be a gatekeeper. Yeah. I wonder how much he got paid for that fight, old Bermain Stavern. Whether he sees any of that money or not is another question, but I wonder what his official purse was. £5 on a pack of peanuts? I don't know. God knows. God knows, man. Yeah. Yeah, London's the same. We're the same. I think the UK's the same everywhere right now. Tier 5. Again, I'm dying for a fucking haircut, bro. I really am. I'd kill for a haircut right now. Yeah, people getting fined left, right, and centre. People being arrested for no masks. People being launched into police cars. Yeah, bro. Yeah. Madness. Yeah, exactly, bro. Footballers come out with a fresh fade every week. Yeah, man. It's horrible. It fucking makes me mad. Because I want a fucking little fresh trim, you know? Skin fade, little bit of a parting. You know how it is. AA boxing and blunts. I'm glad I'm bald as an eagle. Yeah, save a bit of money right now. Well, we save money all the time, mate. But yeah, you didn't have that fucking dilemma or that hassle. I was so close to cutting my own hair in the first lockdown. I looked like a fucking idiot at the end of it. And I don't want to look like that again. I would not suit bald, bro. I got a fucking... Nah, I wouldn't suit bald. It's 8-0, by the way, for United. 8-0 against Southampton. They've got 2 red cards. That's hilarious. Big up to Lil Lad Stu. Big up to you, mate. Big up to you. But yeah, I wouldn't suit bald, mate. I've not got the head structure for it. I look like a fucking... I don't know. I wouldn't look very approachable, put it that way. Yes, big up to Adam UK. Adam UK every single time in the building. I always go for a 2 back and sides. No, not 2 back and sides, sorry. Skin fade sort of fucking parting and long on top kind of thing. That's what I go with. My wife shaves my head every other day, or I look like Sven-Goran Eriksson. Out here looking like Mr. Burns, man. Oh dear. Oh dear. See, I do the skin fade now because like I've got a few little grey hairs coming in on my sides of my hair. So the skin fade kind of hides that shit. That's why I've been going with the skin fade recently. Because my hair's like proper black, and as soon as it goes grey, it's gonna show. I'm only 26 as well. My dad went grey proper young, so that's coming soon, I'd imagine. My dad went grey at like 25. He started to go grey. So, yeah, man. Yeah, you got to have a good head shape to go bald. Otherwise, you just wear a big hat. Yeah, man, exactly. The thing is, though, there are those people, yeah, you know, those people out there who they can't accept that it's over for their hair, and they kind of like cling on to what's left, and they look absolutely ridiculous. If I ever got to that state, I would just shave it off. Luckily for me, though, both sides of my family have good sort of hair genetics, so that shouldn't be a problem for me. But knowing my luck, I'll probably go bald as a fucking eagle or something. Probably get cancer and go through chemo. Something like that. That's my sense of humour, lads. Don't mind me. When you're pushing 40, you'll miss being able to grow thick, long hair, believe me. Yeah. I should be okay, man. I should be okay. Yeah, Lucius Sweet. Yeah, that's it. Lucius Sweet. I was thinking, who's that guy's name in The Simpsons? Who the fuck is it? And yeah, that's it. I have a dippy head too. Head like a cue ball. Yeah, Super Cat. Only in America, bro. Only in America. Yeah, me and Mark are up there with fucking Tim Witherspoon now. Mark got it more than me, though. I know Sadiq also got it. I never knew Sadiq had a channel, so I need to check him out. Mark says I've got a shit shed tape and I go bald. So you don't look too bad from what I've seen though. You don't look like I don't know. It kind of suits you. It kind of suits you. Yeah, fuck Don King. Stay away from his shit shows. No doubt, Mad Chad. No doubt. I never put it together. I never thought he would be that petty. But that goes to show what type of dude he is, man. Talking about his card, and I just gave my honest review on the fight, which was basically Bermain Stavern was shot and morbidly out of shape, and Trevor Bryan looked pretty poor. But overall, it was a pretty good fight for what it was. That was my basic thoughts on the fight. So nothing too scathing or anything like that. By the way, Man United are 9-0 up now. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Yeah, but big up to Mad Chad. Big up to AZ as well. Yeah, rocking that comb over. The comb over when you're 13 isn't a good look, believe me. I'm a big ugly cunt, so it works. Yeah, shout out to the channel and the dweebs down at Silicon Valley. Yes, sir. Smash the like. The dweebs like it, man. Helps the old what do you call it? Algorithm, whatever you call it. Some people with a messed up head can get away with going bald if they've got GQ looks. Yeah, yeah. I didn't want to put a picture of Don King and push it. To be honest with you, G-Man, I might even take that video down. Because he might get funny about it. But who gives a fuck anyway? Whatever. It is what it is. No, bro. I stole the fight. Mark. I didn't buy it. Yeah, Prime Minister of England, the ultimate messy head. Yeah, fucking Boris Johnson. About sums his leadership up, really, doesn't it? That hairstyle. Absolutely a mess. I'm still amazed that Don King has people contacting YouTube. There's no way Don knows what the internet is, never mind the YTBC. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Get a fringe cut with a fade. Yeah, I kind of wear it long on top with a fade. He's washed, man. Don. He's just washed. People, I think fighters just grew wise to his ways, basically, and he got frozen out of a game essentially. Fighters got more options. Other guys came up, and he was no longer seen as an attractive promoter to sign with. Yeah, I know. Yeah, knockout. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I saw that the other day. Yeah, man. I wonder how many people purchased that card. I wonder how many. About 1,000, maybe. Yeah, Mad Chad, it's going that way across the board. It really is. On social media, the mainstream platforms, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all of these websites. You got to watch what you can say. See, I'd love to sit here with you guys and banter like I would with my friends, but I know if I do that, that would get this channel banned ultimately. So I kind of always hold back on this channel. I've got to, unfortunately. That's the way it is. That's why my videos per se are proper like PC and that, because if I was just my genuine, like how I would talk to my mates, it would get banned ASAP. Like I'm a bit more myself on these live streams, but even then, I watch what I say, kind of thing. And it's a shame we have to be like that in this day and age. But yeah, best thumbnail you ever did was when you put that special needs guy when you talked about Glove Kate. Yeah. Yeah, joint Premier League record. Yeah, it's a good look, man. I know they had 10 men, and they ended up with 9 men, but still, man, it's good to see 9 goals going. It's always good, man. That's a good shout, AA. Al Siesta in general, I think he's actually a guy you can get hold of. I think he appreciates any sort of coverage. Al Siesta. He seems very personable as well. I like Al Siesta a lot, actually. I think he's genuine with his desire to, with his kind of passion for the sport. I think he's genuine. They do, yeah, you're right. Fight TV have pay-per-views every week. Pay-per-view events can be regional cards. Yeah, you're right, AA, you're right. I'd like to know, though, AA, those sort of cards, what sort of numbers they can do. I'd like to know. Yeah, I know they put on some random pay-per-view sometimes, like Fight TV and people like that. What do you think of Alan Babbage saying he wants Lucas Brown next? I think it's a decent fight for him at this stage, G-Man. Lucas Brown shot to bits, but he's still a bit of a name. He can crack a bit. It's a good bit of matchmaking, I guess. You know, Babbage should win. It's a good name. It's going to draw a bit of attention. Yeah, and I would say even this version of Lucas Brown, he's a step up from Tom Little and Niall Kennedy. So yeah, it's okay. It's okay. The Price fight to me is very interesting. I think David Price would stand Alan Babbage on his head. On his head, I really do. I really do. I think, but I'd love to see the David Price fight personally. I'd love to see that fight. David Price versus Alan Babbage. It'll be fun. It'll be a very fun fight. When I set up my weed account on Insta, Al Siesta was one of my first followers, laugh out loud. Yeah, I got a lot of time for Al Siesta. See, I'm not one of these people. I don't want to be a media person. I really don't. I'm some cunt with a YouTube channel who talks about boxing. That's me. I'm a boxing fan. I don't want to talk to these people in boxing, but he's one person actually who I would actually like to talk to, Al Siesta. I wouldn't mind talking to him. I don't want to be a journalist or interviewer or anything like that. Not interested. Having said that, if fucking Sky Sports said Del Boy present fucking our shows on Sky Sports Boxing, whatever, I'd do it, obviously, but it's not my goal. Never has been. Babbage is going to barricade Lucas Brown into retirement. I agree. I agree, Mark. Do you remember when Joseph Parker versus Hughie Fury was pay-per-view? Mick Hennessy took such a hit, he had to limit himself to a single cheeseburger rather than a double ever since. Yeah, man, Mick took a massive hit on that. You know, it would have paid off if Hughie got the decision. Obviously, he would have still taken that initial hit, but Hughie would have got maybe a Joshua fight, a massive payday, and it would have paid off. I think that's what Mick was gambling on. I think he realized that show was going to flop, but he was gambling on Hughie winning, basically, and getting a big payday in future to kind of cover that cost and make some more money, but never worked out for him. Never worked out. Pricey versus Babbage is a 50-50 fight. I would make David Price a favourite, believe it or not. I'd make Davy Price a favourite. Al Siesta's got the best name out of all of the current promoters, I agree. He's got the gift of the gab as well, Al Siesta. I liked what he tried to do with Cold Wars as well. I thought that was a good concept. On a higher scale, I think that could make for some really compelling viewing. This Cold Wars business. Basically, it was Russian fighters versus UK fighters. That was the concept. On a higher scale, a higher profile scale, that could be a great concept. Like you could market Josh Kelly, David Avanesian as Cold Wars 1, for example, and go from there, kind of thing. I think that would be a great idea. I really do. I'd love to see. I'd love to see Al Siesta get some backing. Lots of good, AA boxing and blunts. Lots of good domestic heavyweight fights should be made over. We know now lockdown is forever. I agree. AA got to keep on moving now. Got to keep on moving. Yeah, G man, I believe so as well, bro. I believe so as well. Do you think it was mixed? Do you think it was mixed money? I think Peter Theory took that hit. Interesting theory. Interesting theory. I would assume it was Peter's money, but maybe. I would assume it's mixed money, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was Peter. Maybe it was. Ruben Guerrero, he says, big up to Ruben, by the way. Brown reaching new levels of desperation after years on shitting on Aussie boxing, saying he'd never box fair again. Now he's calling out domestic fighters every day on Instagram. Yeah, he's supposed to be fighting Justice Hooney rather soon. Do you agree with the WBA decision? Pac is a legend, but you can't just sit on a belt forever, in my opinion. Yeah, I agree, Simon. I think they've done it with a bit of respect as well. They've made him champion in recess, so he can fight for that title again. They've not just like outright stripped him and gave him no recognition. They gave him basically 18 months. He's not fought, so I think they've made the right decision ultimately, and I think they've handled it quite well. And it's rare I give a WBA credit, but in that scenario, yeah, I think they've done it well. I think they did it right. I do. Alcesta looks like Eddie Hearn if AJ lost for rematch with Ruiz, Alcesta's got a better Barnet though. He's got a better Barnet. That Alcesta's hairline's natural. Eddie wears those hair plugs, doesn't he? So I don't know, man. I think Eddie would like Alcesta's hairline. Okay, Peter took most of the hit. Interesting. He's loaded though, Peter, so he'll be fine. But still, I think David Price, so long as he's prepared and injury free, he'd beat Babic on the jab. I agree, bro. I think he'll do similar to what he did against Dave Allen. Kind of just, box behind the jab, make him walk onto those shots and maybe knock him out late on. But, it'll be interesting. I'd love to see that fight. I'd love to see it. Brown is fighting Gallen next. I thought contracts exchanged. See, I thought Lucas Brown was fighting Justice Hooney in the summer. That's what I thought. Unless that's been changed now. He was supposed to. I can understand the WBA decision, but then they go and elevate Stavern to 15th ranked heavyweight. Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly. Did you see the panorama? I've not seen it yet, I was going to watch it today. See, I don't have a TV license. I don't fucking pay for BBC, so I need to really find an illegal copy, basically. But yeah, I've not seen it yet. I will watch it when I get time and when I find a copy. But yeah, I'll watch it. Big up to Ed Kaler in the building. Fish Eyes has the hair transplants going on too. Do you think so? I think Fish Eyes, I don't know. Fish Eyes hair looks natural, mate. Looks natural. Jamstar, if Price was fresher and hasn't took the punishment he has, I would pick him over Babic. Yeah, that is a good point. Where's David Price at right now in his career? But, if he fights like the same sort of fight he fought against Dave Allen, then I think he's got a great chance. No, not anymore, Adam. Not anymore. But yeah, I think Price, if he's in a similar condition to the Dave Allen fight, he's got a good chance in that fight against Alan Babic. I think there's a very good chance he knocks out Babic. Actually, I'm not all that high on Alan Babic at all. He's fun, but that's really it. He'll get exposed soon. What's the latest panorama about? It's basically boxing and the mob. That's what the title is, and it's about Daniel Kinahan, I'm assuming, and his ties to MTK. That's what basically it's about. I've heard Barry McGuigan was on there basically saying whatever he had to say, which I find kind of funny considering this guy's robbed his own fighters. But there we go. Painting out like he's a victim and a brave guy for coming forwards when he's treated his fighters like shit. So fuck Barry McGuigan. Yeah, 9-0. Yes, sir. 9-0. Beat Southampton. Beautiful, mate. Beautiful. The irony of all of the MTK mob bringing up how the BBC only find out... Sorry. The irony of all of the MTK mob bringing up how BBC only found out about Sable Post's death and then defending DK for all of the good deeds he does. Yeah. Well, yeah, there is some hypocrisy there. I'm sure Daniel Kinahan's a scumbag, but, boxing's been run by scumbags for generations now, including Don King. He's a guy who's got 2 bodies on his record and robbed numerous fighters. The mob back in the 40s and 50s. And, boxing's always been corrupt to its core. And it's always attracted some slimy people. That's the nature of the sport. I mean, even going to the fan base. Look at how some fans react to boxing. Boxing is just that sort of sport, unfortunately. It's a gutter sport. It's a working man sport. That's all it is. And it attracts a certain type of people, unfortunately. Big up to Ian Ward. He says, evening, Del Boy. I think it's a shame we're not seeing Callum Johnson getting good fights. I agree. There's no reason why Callum Johnson should not be fighting Joshua Buatsi right now. To me, that's the fight to make. That's the fight to make. I'm assuming the beef between Joe Gallagher and Eddie Hearn is now over because he made the Canelo-Callum Smith fight. So make the fucking Buatsi-Callum Johnson fight ASAP. It's a great domestic fight. Both guys can crack. Both guys have defensive frailties. It's going to tell us a lot about both guys, in particular Joshua Buatsi. It's a great fight. Absolutely brilliant fight. Who do you favour in the Crawford-Porter match? I would favour Crawford, Adam. I'd favour Crawford. Is that fight made or something? Is that fight been made or getting made? Well, looks like it's still being talked about. But yeah, I'd favour Terence. But I think it'll be a hard fight. G-Man Boxing, I don't think they'd put Babic in there with Pricey. I like Babic, fun to watch, but the way he fights is just asking for trouble. Yeah, look at the way Tom Little was countering him with that right hand, and Tom can't really punch, and his equilibrium was totally gone in that fight, and he was still tagging Alan Babic against somebody who's a bit stronger, a bit harder of a puncher. Then I think Alan Babic is getting knocked out rather soon. I really do. So that's another good fight. Callum Johnson versus Anthony Yarde. Yeah, very good fight, but unlikely. Yeah, I'd imagine Yarde's going to fight Lyndon again, Lyndon Arthur. Dominic Chechery, 3 years ago today when Okole beat Chamberlain, the fight that got me into boxing. Yeah, that was a big disappointment, that fight. There's a lot of hype about that fight, the beef, the build-up. But yeah, it was shit, wasn't it? Such a shit fight. Does it sound weird to you guys when you say 2018 was 3 years ago now? It's mad, isn't it? It's mad. Yes, big up to Levi Khan out of NYC. Big up to Levi, man. Big up to Levi. Big up to MMA champ as well, man. Yeah, I'm sure he killed 2. He definitely killed 1. Maybe I'm painting out Don to be a serial killer when he's only killed 1 person, but he's definitely killed 1. Yeah, Don King murdered somebody and still a world-famous boxing promoter regardless. Boxing's a blood sport, don't forget it. Yeah, man. It certainly attracts a certain type of person. Yeah, exactly. This goes to show the hypocrisy of BBC. Yeah, having a go at MTK when they was happy to air Cash Farouk versus Lee McGregor. Yeah, exactly, bro. They showed a lot of Cash Farouk fights on his come up. Yeah, on BBC Scotland. These people have no scruples. They never cover. They never give boxing the time of day, and when they do, it's a hit piece. Absolutely ridiculous, man. Absolutely ridiculous. I'm just, that's why I didn't really pay it any mind, man. I certainly wouldn't watch it on a BBC platform. I'm not giving them a view. Really, MMA champ? Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. They seemed okay to me. They never did anything to me. AA boxing and blunts. Boxing isn't a sport. Sport has one winner and someone is crowned the best. Good point, AA. Good point. It's not run like a sport, is it? Yeah, he needs to get more opportunities, Dominic. But having said that, I don't know what's been offered to him. Maybe he has had opportunities. Eddie Hearn seems to think so. But, I'm not privy to what's gone on. But all I want to say is, all I can say is he's a fun fighter to watch. And I enjoy his fights. That's all I care about. He's a fun fighter. Yeah, that's what I heard, Levi. I heard that side from Eddie Hearn, but there's always 2 sides to every story. Well, 3 sides to every story. Person A side, person B side, and the truth. There's always 3 sides to a story. Don King is money hungry. That's why he's striking all these channels, yeah. He ain't going to get much out of a 500v video, though. What's he going to get? A quid, maybe? He's not going to get much. Crawford's going to beat Porter up. Sean is too old, too war-torn at this point. I don't know, man. Sean Porter gets himself up for these fights. He does, man. He does. He gets himself up for them. Like, he looked a bit poor in the fight with your Dennis Ugas and against Adrian Granados and against Formella. Sometimes he looks poor in these lesser fights, but when he really steps up, he brings it. So I don't think Porter's done. I think he'll give Terence Crawford a real hard fight. I really do. Yeah, I think he gives everyone work at 147, Sean Porter. I don't think anybody's going to destroy Sean Porter. I think Sean Porter's too tough. He's too tough for that to happen. No, he's still fighting. No official retirement. He's still fighting. Porter said he'd asked his dad to work to set it up. However, I don't think it will get made due to Porter wanting 2 million. See, I don't think 2 million is out of question at all. I think that's perfectly reasonable. 2 million, considering that's what Kell Brook got in their fight when he was shot to bits. When Kell Brook fought Terence Crawford, he got about 2 million or 2.5 million maybe, and he was shot, and he had no UK TV money of any substance. So if Kell Brook gets paid that much, I think this version of Sean Porter deserves similar. Just my opinion. Yeah, I think I'll take Crawford on points as well, but I think Porter gives him hell. The research into MTK was poor. Kinahan has no convictions, but the guy who recently joined is a close friend of Billy Joe Saunders and Fury. Robert Kelby, he's a real scumbag, yeah. See, I need to really look into it. I'm not as privy to this whole setup as like someone like Marcus, for example, or you. I just kind of read what I see online and that's it. Oh yeah, 100% Levi. He's a character. You know, he's got that look to him, that Eastern European killer. He's kind of playing on that Rocky stereotype. That's his gimmick, really. Comes forwards, throws a lot of punches, aggressive, and he's a gimmick. That's what he is. He's a gimmick fighter. He is the replacement for Dave Allen. That's what he is. He's not all that great. Yeah, Gassiev Dorticos 3 years ago, that saved the day. Yeah, it did, man. That was a great fight. If you guys haven't seen that fight, Murat Gassiev, Junior Dorticos, you have to watch it. Brilliant cruiserweight fight. Yeah, brilliant fight, man. Brilliant fight. You don't need a conviction on your record to have a record. Interesting point. See, I'm not a law guy. Don't know what you're fucking talking about, bruh. Honestly, can't be asked with Akole. I know his last fight was good, but still, yeah, he needs to. I think Akole is starting to get better. I think he's starting to get better under Shane McGuigan. He's starting to judge his distance a little bit better, picking the jab better, being more accurate with the right hand, not falling in as much. He's a work in progress, but I think he's getting better. Akole. I think he will be more watchable as he goes along. He's always going to be ugly, but not to the extent he has been. I think he'll get a bit better. You think Don King still has major aspirations in the sport, or just knocking about to stir the pot at this point? Not like Brian has any not like Brian has any traction in the division at this point. Can't see him doing much now. He's got a belt. Yeah, I think you're right, bro. I think it's just Don King just stirring the pot. Really, I think that's what his goal is. You know, he's a narcissist, Don King. He likes being spoken about, loves attention. You know, that's really it, I think. There we go, yeah. So Don King killed 2 people. He kicked one guy, to the debit, I think, of money. Forgot the other, but 100% 2. Yeah, that's what I thought as well, yeah. Oh yeah, so Don King, basically Dominic, he's been striking YouTube channels who covered the Trevor Bryan Bermain Stavern fight, post-fight reviews and whatnot. So I got a copyright strike. So did Mark, Unrivaled Boxing Talking News, and a couple of others, I believe, as well. So yeah, it's crazy, man. It's a good point, Ed. Yeah, Don King was a madman back in the day. He was basically a gangster, wasn't he, Don King, back in the day. He was doing the numbers, I believe, back in the day. Yeah, Warrington needs a real trainer. Can't have your dad smoking cigarettes whilst training a world champion. Surely not. I don't know, man. I think his dad has done quite well as a trainer. Obviously, with Josh Warrington himself, took him from nothing to being a world champion. But also with Maxie Hughes, he actually trains Maxie Hughes, who's now had a career resurgence of his own. So I think he's a good trainer. Josh's dad. I think he's a decent trainer from what I've seen so far. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, AA. My suspicion was, when they announced it, my suspicion was that it was just one big hit piece, and that's basically what I'm hearing. All unsubstantiated garbage. which hasn't been proven in court of law. That's basically what it is, right? So the BBC, listen, man, they can go and do one. Does the Ingle Gym give steroids or supplements to its fighters? Is that why Billy Joe Saunders left town? There's a lot of rumours in regards to the Ingle Gym, all the way back to John Thaxton back in the late 90s, failing a PED test, to Kid Galahad, Billy Joe Saunders, the cruiserweight fella, and Garbu. You know, where there's smoke, there's fire, right? So I always think of them as dodgy, but it goes on in all of boxing, so it is what it is, really. Adam UK Dell, you hear about the goalkeeper who murdered his wife and is still playing today. The Brazilian guy, Adam, I think it's that Brazilian guy you're talking about. I'm pretty sure he's Brazilian or like Argentinian. Chris Lovejoy, the most annoying / attention-seeking boxer in recent memory. Probably. I kind of want to see him fight, though. I'm not going to lie. I kind of want to see him fight. Yeah, he's fighting this weekend in Mexico. Interesting. Lovejoy post-fight review coming up this weekend. I will not be touching that one, G-Man. I will not be touching that one. Oh dear. I know he's fighting soon, Levi. He's fighting soon in Mexico. I know that much. Levi says I'm a Dutchman if Lovejoy fights this weekend. Oh, Christ. James Kirkland was probably more shot, Levi. Because James Kirkland couldn't even hold a shot. At least Bermain Stavern took some punishment and had to go back. Actually won a couple of rounds. James Kirkland, like a gust of wind, could have knocked that guy out in his last fight. Horrible, man. Horrible. Yes, I agree, Adam. That's another good fight. Pacquiao Porter. Interesting thing about that fight as well, they was both sparring partners at one point. So they do know each other. They know each other's styles. Worked together for a long time, so that'll be interesting. Porter versus anybody's interesting. Lovejoy said last Friday he was leaving to go to Mexico for fight week. Need to do 4 days quarantine. Wouldn't be shocked if he has 5 fights in 5 days, laugh out loud. You could be right, bro. He's basically paid for his record because he's not been paid as a pro to date, from what I understand. He's basically paid for his record, paid for his opponent, paid all the sanctioning fees, whatever. I guess it's, whatever. Kinahan, yeah, exactly, MMA champ. Kinahan probably did crime allegedly, but he never got convicted. So, yeah, exactly. Yeah, 1 second, guys. Sorry about that. Had a phone call. Well, not a phone call, little voice message. Yeah, Lovejoy's going to go 9-0 in 3 days. Yeah, Alan Babbage is a better, more likeable Dave Allen. He's certainly more likeable, G-Man. I'll tell you that much. Certainly more likeable, takes the sport more seriously. I've got more time for Alan Babbage as a fighter, just because he takes the craft seriously, but I still don't really rate him like that. I don't really rate him. The BBC just wanted to shit on boxing, kept mentioning AJ versus Fury, trying to get into people's head that they are supporting the mob if they purchase for pay-per-view. Exactly, bro. Yeah. Yeah, it means you've done shit but not been convicted. Yeah, there's a lot of people like that though. A lot of people like that. Say no more. Say no more. Gassiev fought like a veteran in that fight early rounds, didn't panic when he was taking huge shots on the gloves. Yeah, he fought a very good fight, weathered the storm, came back on strong, and knocked him out in the 12th round. Great, great fight, man. Gassiev versus Dorticos. Lovejoy versus Michael Smith too. Need to see this fight. Put Lovejoy in there with fucking, I don't know. I just want to see him fight on the real kind of thing. I want to see him fight on a big show just to see what he's like. I want to laugh, man. I want to laugh. Yeah, if you get stopped and questioned, it's logged, so it creates a record, but not convictions. Yeah, but if you just get stopped by a copper, you don't necessarily have to give them your name and details. So it depends. If they're, I don't know. I don't know the law. I don't know the law, mate. True School got strike 2. Okay, yeah, not surprised, man. See, True School covers everything. He really does. He covers boxing proper hard. Indeed he is. Indeed he is. Big up to... oh, shit, I nearly pressed the wrong button there. Jesus. Do you think there's more to Matthew Macklin than meets the eye? I think there's something shady about him. Yeah, I do, Ian. I can't really say what. I can't put my finger on what, but yeah. Seems to be very connected. Let's just say that. He's very connected. Boxing Squared must have got a strike. He might have done. He might have done. Yeah. So Maxi went to Warrington's dad, and yeah, he's got a couple of upset victories since. He beat some guy, some like guy from Uzbekistan or Kazakhstan, some unbeaten guy who was a prospect. He beat him. He obviously beat John O'Carroll in a big upset. So yeah, man, he's coming on well, Maxi Hughes. I think his dad's a decent trainer. Obviously, it's a small sample size, 2 fighters, but I don't know. From what I see so far, seems half decent. Seems half decent. I wouldn't say my channel's popping MMA champ. just a just a small channel, hardcore audience. How I would describe my channel. Sean O'Hagan is painfully underrated as a trainer. Yeah, I think he's good, G-Man. I think he's good. Yeah, the Irish. Yeah, the Irish press are on him as well. Yeah, they are. If you see big channels that are active not going live anymore, they probably got a strike from Don King. Yeah, YouTube are funny, man. It doesn't take much. It doesn't take much. Sean O'Hagan's got a good stable. Also has Reese Mould and Jack Bateson. Also has a deal with MTK to promote cards soon as well. That's good. He seems to be a boxing man. Sean O'Hagan. He seems to be a boxing man. Knows his stuff. There's no doubt about that. He knows his stuff. Yeah. So usually when a video is striked, they don't manually look at the video to determine whether it's copyright material or not. You know, it's just bullshit, man. Bullshit. Are you excited for women's football, Dell? No. You know the answer. Apology. Yes, big up to Michael Ortega. Big up Dell. Funny about Don King. Keep up the good work. Yeah, man. I'm among esteemed company now, like fucking Tim Witherspoon and Mike Tyson getting fucked by Don King. Lovejoy got out of prison and has been attempting to get noticed in boxing for several years. As a felon, he can't get no other job. So good luck to the man. Yeah, it's a good story, and he came across quite well when he came over to the UK. When he was interviewed, seemed like a nice guy, genuine positive guy. So I wish him well. I just think he's going to get knocked out as soon as we see him in a real fight. He'll get knocked out. They'll get in DMs from thick chicks, mate. I could do with one right now. Not a fat chick though, as J Dav would say, but a thick chick. I need to up my game, but right now my hair looks terrible because of this fucking lockdown. So we need to wait a little while. Who does Lomachenko fight next? $10 to whoever guesses it correctly. I'm gonna say Nakatani. I'm gonna say Nakatani. I think that's the fight for Lomachenko for some reason. MMA champ Jared Anderson and Edgar Berlanga fought 8 times in 2020. Altogether, the champions need to be as active as them. Maybe the money got to the champ's head. Yeah, these got a lot of the high-profile guys certainly need to be more active. Not 8 times a year active, but at least 3 or 4 fights. It'll be nice to see champions fight that often. You know, when Golovkin first came along, he was fighting like 4 times a year. I'd love to see that from more champions, to be honest. I think it's always been a factor, Adam. I don't think it suddenly came into the sport. I think it's always been a factor. Money and corruption in boxing. It's always been a factor. What round does Jake Paul knock out Ben Askren in? Round 1 or later on? Probably round 1, mate. Ben Askren's terrible. Like, he's got no hands whatsoever. He's a good wrestler, but no hands whatsoever. Everton's new women's striker is so fit. I need to check her out. Now, I've got no idea about American football. No idea at all. I couldn't tell you anything about it. I couldn't really tell you a team name. New England Patriots is like the only team I know. I think that's really the only one I know. Dallas Cowboys, I think that's a team. I don't really know much about American football. I'm going to say that big Chinese heavyweight, Ian. You know that, what's his name? Zili Zhang, whatever his name is. I think it could be that. I think it could be that. I think it could be that fight, sorry. See, I'm not a guy who can really suit hats, apology, for some reason. I look fucking odd in a hat. I don't really suit it. Unless I like wear it backwards. And I look like a fucking gimp when I do that, so I don't wear hats. No, I don't really wear hats at all. Alicia Lehman. Okay, Alicia Lehman, yeah. Let me have a little Google of her. What's she saying? Okay, yeah, she fire, yeah? Yeah, she is fucking fire. For a fucking female football player, she's fire. She ain't too bad, you know. Yeah, she ain't too bad. She's pretty stacked as well, you know. She's not got a bad ass whatsoever. Yeah, man. Not bad at all. Can't argue with that, Dominic. Can't argue with that. Can we put a fucking... How do you do this shit? I forgot how to do this shit. Right. 1 second. What's it? Bollocks. Yeah, she's definitely up there. She's definitely up there. Where's my picture gone? Yeah, StreamYard for me has been proper booky recently. There you go. Bollocks. I might as well show you this bird. TMer. Oh, shit. That's funny, man. Yeah, but she's all right, you know. She's not too bad. She's not too bad at all. Yeah, good signing. Definitely a good signing, Dominic. Joe Smith, Dimitri Bivol too. I'd go Dimitri Bivol again. Same sort of fight. Joe Smith will be a bit more dangerous this time around. He has improved, but you got to go with Bivol again. Joe Smith's got a real hard fight against old what's his face, Maxime Vlasov. So we'll see how he gets on with that fight first. And yeah, hopefully the winner of that fight, who becomes the WBO champion, hopefully the winner fights either Bivol or Beterbiev, so he can get a unification fight. Probably apology. She plays football, bro. She plays football, so more than likely. More than likely. But she's not too bad looking. She's a decent looking footballer. No doubt. No doubt. If she's a lesbian though, her ball control can't be very good. Do you know what I mean? Which would put me off a little bit. There we go. It's all about that first touch. It's all about that first touch. That's a shame. That's a shame, MMA champ. That's a shame. She might be. You never know. She could be bi. Yeah, she could be bi. You never know. Listen, man. I think he's one of the best talents in America, Michael. I think he's one of the best talents in America. Obviously, we've got Carl Frampton versus Jamel Herring coming up. Regardless of who wins that fight, the winner of that fight loses to Shakur Stevenson. I'll tell you that much. I believe Shakur, if he manages his career correctly, stays dedicated, stays training, he can be a very special fighter. He's got elite level potential, and maybe pound for pound, I think he can go a long, long way. I really do. He's a very good talent, Shakur Stevenson. One of the probably the best talent to come out of America for a long time. I don't know. I don't think he's pillow fisted, MMA champ. He's not a big puncher, but he hits hard enough and accurately enough to get your respect, and it puts you off coming forwards. He can kind of domesticate his opponents, you know, with accuracy, speed, timing, and it kind of puts them in their place. He's not a one punch guy, but he does enough to keep these guys honest, basically. But yeah, I think he's a very good talent. He's a very good talent. And he's only going to get stronger, still very young. So yeah, I think he's very good, Michael. I think he's very good. I like what I see from him. I think he's good, man. And yeah, like I said, I expect him to beat the winner of Frampton and Herring. I think he's got too much at this stage for either guy. But yeah, hopefully this year we see him have a breakout year and get some big fights, put himself up there. Because I like him. I do like him. He's got good people around him as well, you know. I think he's being handled by the right promoter in Bob Arum. He's great at managing young fighters. Have you noticed that more lesbians are prettier nowadays? I think feminism is brainwashing them to hate men to the point to avoid relationships with men. Maybe apology. But on the street, most lesbians are still butt ugly. Do you know what I mean? They are. Most of them are still butt ugly. So I think she's like a unicorn in the lesbian world. See, this is why I don't go live regularly, because I'll probably get fucking banned. But there we go. There we go. But yeah, she ain't too bad, bro. She ain't too bad at all. He's got some cakes. Not too bad. Too bad. Oh, Belanga Melikuziev. I would go with Melikuziev. Melikuziev, AJ Morningstar. A better amateur background. I think he's got more to his game. Belanga's a big, strong kid with power, but that's really all I've seen so far. I've seen variation of punches from Melikuziev, the hand speed, variation in attack, body to head, good footwork on the inside. You know, he's shown me a lot more Melikuziev, so I'd go with Melikuziev right now. I'd go with Melikuziev. But again, I mean, I'd love to see that fight. I'd love to see it. Yo, guys, if you could smash the like as well, be much appreciated. Always helps us out when you hit the like. This really was pretty much a test stream, to be honest, with what happened earlier with the strike. I did a little test for like 30 seconds, and it was okay then. So I thought I'd fire up a quicker one, and yeah, it's okay. So that's good, man. That's good. Big up to Jay's Boxing Universe. Nice of you to drop by, bro. Curious why boxing isn't hitting me as much as it used to. I've been more hyped for UFC than really most of these boxing cards. I don't know. Maybe it's all of the politics and the best not fighting the best. Yeah, it is that, Jay's Boxing Universe, because during the lockdowns, I have to admit, I've got a lot more into UFC since lockdowns, and that's because they were basically the only ones putting on a good product, because boxing products for the most of 2020 was shit. The UFC really took that opportunity to still put on their regular product, but the viewing audience was much bigger because they was looking for something to watch. People like me who never really watched the sport tuned in because it was the only thing to watch, and a lot of these people like me were very impressed, and they gained new audiences because of that. Boxing is so short-sighted, and the people involved are so short-sighted, they never even, thought of that. That there's more people at home. People are wanting to see something on TV. Put on some good fights. Build these guys' profiles, But they never did. They gave us mismatches upon mismatches, which does nothing for nobody. But there we go. Exactly, Big Dan. Yeah, shit like Canelo versus Saunders and Taylor versus Ramirez being on the same day is what puts me off. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but I've heard rumours. Do you know what, MMA champ? That's a very good question. Because before lockdown, it was horrible. Even in my local town of Luton, Luton's really bad for knife crime. It's actually, at one point, believe it or not, Luton was the gun capital of England, believe it or not. But yeah, Luton was really bad. But I'm not sure, actually, since lockdowns have kicked in. I'm not sure. I'm imagining it's better. But having said that, if lockdown was going on when I was in my prime, back when I was like 18, 19, it wouldn't stop me from going out causing fucking havoc. So I'm assuming that it's still going on, obviously, but probably not as much. Which is good. It's definitely good. Less of that, the better, because it's just growing in the UK. When I was a kid, when I say kid, I mean 18, 19. When I was young, it was bad then, but it's skyrocketed since then. Knife crime. It really has, man. It's got a lot worse. Oh, 100%, Big Dan. 100%. 100%. 100%. And hopefully you're well, Big Dan, as well. Hopefully you're well. You went live the other day, Big Dan, on your channel, and it only came up on my feed, like fucking 3 days later, believe it or not. It's mad. YouTube are fucking acting booky. With certain channels, I don't get any notifications whatsoever. With certain channels, I don't know what it's about. It's annoying though. But anyway, lads, I'm going to wrap this one up. This really was just a test to see whether this all works properly, and it does, so that's good. But yeah, man, big up to you guys. Thanks for dropping by. If you could smash the like, it'd be much appreciated. Always helps us out. And yeah, man, we'll fire one up again relatively soon. I might do another live stream this weekend if I can get time. But anyway, smack the like. Peace.